two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Ford Field.
As they start on the ground.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
On one, ready?
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jason Cabinda, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On one, ready?
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Mixon with a first down carry. Room here to run. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they'll work this down inside the 30. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is a modern version of workhorse in the NFL. Being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the 29, Burrow looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I'm one, right?
They'll send the tight end in motion left. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
I'm one, right?
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Mixon is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him with the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board.
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
This is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
When you said jumbled, they were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They go play action with Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. Goff now looks to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd down and 2. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Swift on the counter. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Lions had 10-3 on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. To throw is Goff. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 24, Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
On 2.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Here we go, here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
They were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
After the interception, here's Goff. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Value free, value free.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Right side to Williams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, that's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Touchdown, Detroit! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Seibert on for the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Here we go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 43 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock.
He's got a man complete. And in for the Lions touchdown.
He has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On the delay, it's Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throw left side, complete. That's Boyd. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Burrow looking to pass. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow got a man open. It's Chase. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
11 MP, take. 11 MP, take 12.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Working with a 2nd and 4. it's Mixon running right. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. The 40. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another. Oh, now they're going to fake it. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Here we go.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A draw play for Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
11 coming. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now it's Burrow. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Mixon, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
11 MP, hey.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
First down, here's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. 2nd and 10 now, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this.
He's got a man, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
On 1, ready? 12, 11 MT. 11.
A final shot now for Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.